Avenue. You want to know it's one lane open in both directions. United States Senator Jim Inhofe is joining us. Hello, Senator. Senator Inhofe.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Joe.
We're going to get a traffic update here in just a minute. I want to ask you about some roads as well in just a minute as well. Something that's going to make a lot of media attention today with the United States Senate is going to be this joint health care summit with President Obama. Now, this is going to be televised. Now, I know you're not attending this, but what kind of real discussions can take place when those TV cameras
They can't. It's all show. It's all show, and now, of course, Coburn will be there because both of our doctors in the Senate will be there. But what I suggested yesterday, and they're not going to do it, I said, why don't you go in there with the 6 things that the Republicans want that are, I'm talking about tort reform and HSA reform and state lines, all that stuff, and say, you pick out 3 of these and say that you'll accept these 3, whatever 3 out of 6, then we'll sit down and talk. But if we're going to come in there and just have a show and you've already drafted your bill, why should we let the president redeem himself? That's my feeling about it.
Is this a setup for the Republicans?
Yeah, sure it is.
We've spent a lot of this week talking about the problems on I-44 at 161st East Avenue, and I know that there was some movement on a federal level on those kinds of issues yesterday.
Yeah, I've got to redeem myself here. That the jobs bill, I don't understand. It seems like a lot of our Republicans, Judd Gregg is the Republican who's head of the top-ranking person on the Budget Committee, and I had to take him on the floor yesterday. I said, look, this is a bill that Republicans should want. It's tax cuts for small businesses, really meaningful tax cuts, and then we get to actually extend our road program for 11 months. That'll save about $15 million a month for Oklahoma alone, and he said, well, this isn't offset. And I said, you're the guy that voted to give an unelected bureaucrat $700 billion with no accountability, no offsets, and you're saying that we can't spend $19 billion on roads. I finally got it, so I had to say it, and I made everybody mad. But nonetheless, it's going to be meaningful in Oklahoma. You talk to Gary Ridley. You should have him on sometime, Joe.
We had him on yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Oh, well, he'll tell you the problems that we're having if we didn't do this extension. Right now, with the problems at 163rd and I-44, and then, of course, the I-244 bridge, all these things in the Tulsa area and throughout the state, we've got to do. What we're supposed to be doing up here is infrastructure and defending America, and I don't know why people are just refuse to get in there and do things about roads and highways.
Now, much has been said about the jobs bill this week with the new Republican senator from Massachusetts. Is this the same jobs bill?
No, it's the same jobs bill, except that was a cloture vote. That was one I voted against cloture because I wanted to be able to have Republican amendments. Well, they got their 60 votes. He was one of the 60 votes, and that's fine. Actually, I think it might not have been all that bad a vote. But once we knew we couldn't get our amendments in, why not just take these cuts for small business and for roads and run with it? And so we did, and we passed it yesterday. My concern is they may kill it in the House because the House wants a more aggressive bill that would spend more money but would have considerably less for the state of Oklahoma. So we got to fight with the House now. Any
indication what President Obama would do with the bill?
Oh, I think he'd sign it. This isn't much of a concern of his.
United States Senator Jim Inhofe joining us here on the KRMG Morning News. And briefly, sir, what was the reaction to the exchange you had with some of the Democrats on the Environmental and Public Works Committee with regards to...
Well, that has to be a victory lap, Joe. It's been years. Well, you've been here now, 8 or 9, 10 years, and so you've seen the whole thing. And it was 7 years ago that I said that this whole idea of the global warming being caused by humans is the biggest hoax ever perpetrated on the American people. But also, 5 years ago, I gave a talk about how the science has been cooked. Everything that has come out now, and people are under investigation, they're under indictment, all these things are going on right now, goes right back to the fact it just proves that what we said back there was actually true. And so now all these things, it was kind of fun because we had Lisa Jackson, she's the head of the EPA in there, and she was the one who is kind of behind this thing, and yet she's embarrassed because she was thrown in the middle of the thing. What they're trying to do now is have an endangerment finding and admit, well, we can't get it passed through Congress, so we're going to try to do it through regulations under the Clean Air Act. I don't think they're going to be able to do that. But it was kind of fun. When we had Bernie Sanders, is the only self-proclaimed socialist in the United States Senate from Vermont, he called me Hitler during this thing. So it was kind of an enjoyable meeting.
Well,
I hope people...
I know that Rush Limbaugh had a whole lot of fun with it, Senator.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I missed that.
He certainly did. All right, Senator Jim Inhofe joining us here on the KRMG Morning News. Give him hell, Senator. Thank you very much. 627, update of weather and traffic.